Hey, ToMattosTubers.
How you guys doing?
Hey guys, what's up?
Guess what we're here for?
We just saw Avengers Infinity War and it was
awesome. Freaking fucking cool.
So, we're going to do a quick review of it for you guys. Warning.
Spoilers everywhere.
Spoilers ahead. This is nothing but spoils.
Spoils.
Our thoughts and spoils.
Yep.
All the spoils.
We're talking deaths, we're talking lives, we're talking plot points. So
we're talking
what happens at the end.
We're basically showing the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
First of all, before we saw the movie, we did a quick little video just on who we thought was gonna. We did a Deadpool and a Livepool. Who we thought was gonna die, who we thought was gonna live. And so here's that now. Hey ToMattosTubers, how you guys going?
Hey guys!
We're about to go in and see the new Avengers Infinity War movie, and we're just going to quickly give you our death pool and our live pool.
Yeah.
So on my Deadpool, Captain America, Iron Man, Drax, Loki, and Scarlet Witch. And on my live pool are Falcon, Thor, Star-Lord, Gamora, and Shuri. And on
my Deadpool, I also have Captain America and Iron Man. I think they're going. I also have Doctor Strange, Loki, and Vision as well. And on my live pool, I've got T'Challa, Black Panther, and Hawkeye, Star-Lord, Spider-Man, and I think Scarlet Witch is going to live.
Oh, so we're a bit at opposite ends on that one, but we'll go through in more detail when we do our review video.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. See you. Bye.
Okay, so that was our dead live pool that we did like really quickly in the car just before we went into the movies. And boy, were we wrong.
Very well. No, okay, if it was a competition, I won by 1 point.
By one person.
So let's go through it. We got the list.
Yes, we've got the list. So we've got Matt's choices for the Deadpool.
I thought
was
Captain America. He ain't dead. Iron Man. He ain't dead. Drax, Loki, and Scarlet Witch, all dead. So I got a handsome 3 out of 5.
And for my Deadpool, I also had Captain America.
He ain't dead.
And Iron Man.
He ain't dead.
Then I also had Doctor Strange.
He dead.
Loki.
He dead.
And Vision.
He dead.
All dead.
He.
And for the live pool, Matt had.
Okay, so my live pool was Falcon dead. Thor, I thought would live, and he lived. Star-Lord, he died. Wait, is that me? Yeah, that is me. Yeah. So Star-Lord, he's dead. Gamora, he's dead. She's dead, sorry. And Shuri is unknown. So I'm taking a healthy 2 out of 5 for that.
The unknowns we're going to put as they're alive or in
We saw her get beaten out of the way.
She was unconscious, I think, but not dead.
We're not, and we didn't see her disappear into the dust.
The ether. Yeah. And my live pool was Black Panther, T'Challa.
He dead. Just out of nowhere.
Hawkeye. Who knows? He wasn't in the movie.
He was mentioned once as after the Accords. It was too much stress on his family, so he out.
Yeah. So we're assuming he's alive and with his family in their nice little country town. So after Hawkeye, I had Star-Lord for living. He dead. I had Spider-Man, Peter Parker. He dead. And I had Scarlet.
I don't want to die.
I don't want to leave, Mr. Stark. I don't want to leave.
Oh, that was sad.
That was so sad. And then I thought, well, if they're going to kill off Vision, they won't kill off Scarlet Witch as well. No, she dead too. She dead too. So the ultimate kill list, we've got T'Challa, Black Panther, Gamora, Star-Lord, Drax, Mantis, Groot, Spider-Man, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Bucky Barnes, Doctor Strange, Loki, Heimdall, Falcon, The Collector, Nick Fury, and Maria Hill.
So that brings us to a grand total of 17. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh my lord.
17 dead characters.
And those
from
were
the
just
MCU.
the main cast people.
Anyone that just disappeared into the ether, I think will come back.
Yeah, I think anyone who died before Thanos did his thing is dead.
Yeah.
So to me that includes Vision, Gamora, Loki, Heimdall, anyone who was literally killed before the big event.
Killed with the click.
Yeah. Let's do plot points.
Okay, so the big and most obvious one is Thanos is collecting Infinity Stones to destroy half of all life in the galaxy, in existence. And his theory behind that is to save resources.
Basically.
Parallel, there we go, to that was Thor's quest to get his new hammer. Stormbreaker.
What a shitty name for a hammer.
Yeah.
You had Meow. Meow Meow.
We had Peter Dinklage, the dwarf as a giant. That was brilliant.
That was brilliant.
Alright, so after that, we have... It's a little bit smaller, but we have Gamora, her quest to sort of not tell Thanos about the only Infinity Stone that we don't know what's good. So the other 5, we could trace back through all the other movies and find out what's happened to them. So we already knew.
But the Soul
Gamora
Stone
was the only one that knew anything about the Soul Stone, and she kind of turns to Peter at one point and goes, if he finds out what I know, or he's going to find it out, kill me. That leads into the next one, which was Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange trying to protect the Time Stone that Doctor Strange had, and then they end up meeting with Star-Lord and crew, and then have their little fight against Thanos, and
that's on
lose.
Titan, I believe.
That is on Titan. Then the only other real major plot point, there was lots going on, but the major one was the fact that we had Captain America, Black Widow, Falcon, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, and...
all the leftover players.
All the
except for
leftovers,
Ant-Man
basically, including Iron Patriot, everyone. It was their job to try and protect Vision while Shuri was trying to remove the Mind Stone from him, so that way Scarlet Witch could destroy it, so that way Thanos couldn't use it.
And
So
the final plot point, Thanos wins. He
Yeah.
gets all the Infinity Stones, clicks his fingers,
and then disappears.
and half the cast disappear.
And that leads to some interesting theories about what's going on, because if you notice, directly after that happens, the Infinity Gauntlet that he's wearing actually is broken,
Yeah.
and all the stones still seem to be on it, but the glove itself is broken, and then at the end you kind of see him, he says something to, I think it's Iron Man earlier on, he goes, what are you going to do when you're done? And he turns around and goes, I'm going to watch the sunset on a grateful universe. And you see him seemingly on some sort of lake looking at a sunset, and he looks kind of happy. So my top 3 moments, my first one is when you've got Star-Lord, Drax, Doctor Strange and Iron Man and Spider-Man's there as well, having a fight, and they're beating each other up, and then Star-Lord pulls his gun on Iron Man, and he goes, where's Gamora? And Iron Man turns around and goes, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora? Then Drax pipes up and he goes, I'll do you one better. Why's Gamora? Alright, my second moment was Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster. Now, for reasons that we've yet to discover, the Hulk didn't come back. He kind of, after his initial fight, I think he was just a bit pansy wuss and didn't want to go, no! And he goes, what do you mean, no? But the fact that he was in the thing that had beaten him up and he's running around, and even when he's in the middle of a fight and about to lose, he takes an arm that's been ripped off, slaps it on the guy's leg and presses a button, he takes off. Like, it was very funny to see him in the device that kicked his ass as the Hulk. And my third and final best moment was, which leads into my worst moment, was how they pulled together Spider-Man, Iron Man, Star-Lord, Mantis, Drax, everyone that was involved in holding Thanos at bay while Mantis was holding his mind at bay, and they were this close to getting off the gauntlet, and I thought everyone working together to make that happen, it was working really well. I thought that was a very well-conceived concept, that everyone had a place to take on a tiny part of this massive monster, and they were this close, and it leads into my first worst moment. The fact that Star-Lord punched him in the face, hit Mantis' hand, and screwed that entire plan to hell. Fucking hell, Star-Lord, get your shit together. Yeah, okay, he killed your girlfriend. You don't fuck the plan up. You don't allow the strongest being in the universe to continue his obliterate half of existence just because you lost your girlfriend, you dumb shit. Rah! My second worst moment, and this is picking on something really kind of small, but Thanos' arms, when he was kind of walking, his arms, like, from a front view, seemed kind of thin. He had these big, bulky shoulders, and I'm glad they didn't over-bulk him up like the Hulk, but I don't know, just visually, a couple of times in the movie, his arms, like, the width of his arms just kind of bugged me. They seemed a bit disproportionate.
And now, if you haven't seen the movie, that's all you're going to notice.
Yeah, sorry. And my last point, there was no proper Return of the Hulk. The Hulk is my favourite character in the MCU, and they didn't have him. They had him fighting Bruce to not come back. And apparently there was some sort of toy release in the US
Yeah, it was a bit of a
the
bait
Hulk
and switch.
busting out of the Hulkbuster, and it didn't happen. And I would have liked to have seen, especially knowing that he was fighting coming back, I would have liked to have seen him come back.
So my top three, I've got to give a shout out to Zoe Saldana and Josh Brolin. For me, the highlight of the movie was the heartfelt relationship between Thanos and Gamora, which I didn't actually expect. Coming from a CGI character that is Thanos, even though he was motion captured by Josh Brolin, I thought he would not be as much heart-filled as he was. You know, you think of a Justice League when it comes to Steppenwolf, and how he was portrayed in that as a big CGI. I thought Thanos was going to be kind of like that. No, they gave Thanos some heart. And I
like that.
And
It gives him depth. It's good.
And at the end of the day, even though he's the big bad evil, you could understand why he was doing the things he was doing to a certain extent, which made it a bit conflicting in your own mind as to, is Thanos the ultimate evil, or is he just doing evil for the sake of the ultimate good? So my next point is the not so predictable deaths and the surprising survivals of certain people as well. For instance, you and I both picked Captain America and Iron Man.
I thought their contracts were up with this movie.
We thought their contracts were up, which I think their contracts kind of are up, or still in
No, I've looked into
negotiations.
it. The contracts are up with Avengers 4.
Okay.
Which is the next one.
There you go. And then the surprising survivals, Red Skull appears.
Right.
What happened to Red Skull? He's here. He's there. He's mining the Soul Stone, and he's now been given some kind of universal charge to look after the Soul Stone, or maybe he's connected to the Soul Stone in some way. So third top three moment was going to be the inclusion of the new bad guys. And also, I actually really like them. I forget their names. They have proper names. But the two...
Thanos' children.
Thanos' children that were helping them find the stones. I actually like the inclusion of the new bad guys. They didn't feel as one-dimensional as I thought they would. And they kind of made it a bit of fun, you know? They gave it a bit of spice. And then on top of that, in the final credit scene, as Nick Fury is dissipating into the universe and dying himself, we see that he's been able to get in contact with Captain Marvel. It was Captain Marvel, Matt. Captain Marvel.
He saw that bit in the movie, and yes, I instantly recognized the Captain Marvel insignia. But like, he goes, "It's Captain Marvel!
It's Captain Marvel!
It's Captain Marvel!" And you couldn't shut up. Everyone around him was like turning and laughing at him because he's like, "Oh my god, it's Captain Marvel!" He was full fangirling out of that.
Well, I love Brie Larson. I'm very excited for this movie. I know it's a sequel. I thought they might give her a bit of a cameo in this movie, but to me, it seems like they're going to do next movie. She'll be in maybe. Anyway, top three bottom moments for me. Bottom. First one was the characters noted for their absence. People like Hawkeye and Ant-Man. However, they were briefly discussed as wanting to be back with their family. Yeah. So that was kind of, but still, it was like, come on.
This was supposed to be like a culmination of everyone, and they weren't.
They were in Civil War so quickly, and and that was the other thing. People like Valkyrie, the Rock guy from Thor, they were not there. Second bottom moment for me, the unnecessary padding of Thor's little storyline. I didn't enjoy that. The whole him having to go to a dying star, restart the dying star by hand, make his new weapon in order to kill Thanos. And at the end of the day, he got some good shots in with Thanos with that weapon, but it wasn't worth everything that I felt. I know you have a different feeling about that because it's Thor's channeling his power.
It was like that, but it's also very true to the comics.
I understand that. But I just didn't think it was necessary.
Fair enough.
I thought in the nearly 2.5 hour movie that they had, they could have put more focus on the characters in a different way, or more focus on other characters that didn't get as much focus in the film. Alright, final third moment. It's clearly a part 1 of a part 2 story. We know that Infinity War was going to be Infinity War Part 1 and then Infinity War Part 2.
After the next couple of movies.
Yep. And now they've changed that, so it's just Infinity War is its own movie, and then the next one will be a follow-up. But to me, fantastic storyline. Everything was great. However, the ending was just so abrupt and I know it was probably done on purpose so that you're walking out of the theatre. I kind of liked it too. But it was just a fucking tease, man.
Now, we have our very own, this is the first review you guys have seen, but we have our very own rating system when it comes to these things.
That's right.
We have the hot dog.
We have hot dogs.
So we can have it's out of 5 hot dogs. You can have a whole hot dog, you can have a half-eaten hot dog, you have a chewed-on hot dog. Mm-hmm. But for me, this was 5 solid hot dogs. Woo! I came out at the end of that movie going, yes, there is more to come. The bits that disappointed me about it were not overly disappointing. They weren't horrible.
They didn't overshadow the good parts.
They didn't overshadow the good parts. There were bits I thought could have been improved, but they didn't detract from the whole thing for me.
And for me, I'm a little bit of a pessimist. I think there's always room for improvement in everything you do. But no, I had to give it a good 4.5 hot dogs.
4.5 eaten hot dog.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it was fantastic. It was just amazing. What they accomplished was mind-blowing. It wasn't all action scenes. There was so much heart to this movie that I was more surprised at. I thought it was going to be all action, no heart, but it was all
It was heart. A lot of heart. And even like we said, from the big bad, he had a heart. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
So on that note,
that was our review on Avengers Infinity War. Mm-hmm. Let us know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and hey, give us a look in our Patreon campaign if you feel like sharing a couple of bucks with your favorite bros.
But otherwise, check out the movie, guys. We enjoyed it thoroughly. We highly recommend it.
I will be seeing it again.
Yes, me too. Me too. Don't know when, but very shortly.
Very soon. Anyway, until next time, folks. Toodaloo.
Hey to the folks.
Hey.